Hobby is in full effect in this month's White Dwarf.
Spiky bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Baer, and today we're breaking down another fantastic issue of White Dwarf. This is May 2018. It's a new month. We got all sorts of stuff coming in. The return of 40k, more Age of Sigmar, and all sorts of features. Now, last month's issue was a little lackluster on the hobby content, unfortunately, but man, I'm really stoked to see a lot of cool stuff in this particular White Dwarf right here, because it's coming in hot with all that Deepkin crazy Skittles taste of rainbow color schemes that I guess we hadn't seen much of tonight. I personally prefer my information in print. I guess because I'm on the internet all day, so maybe I want my personal stuff when I'm looking for something. I want it in print. Maybe I'm weird. I don't know, but I love saving my White Dwarfs, cutting out the paint splatter articles, throwing them in pages. I have them to flip back through. Of course, another great app out there is the Paint app that may or may not have all this stuff by now with all the Deepkin out there, and at least in everything. I haven't actually looked. Either way, it's a great resource. It's got 10 big pages of paint splatter in here. Maybe to make up for last month's, it was still a good White Dwarf. It just, you know, didn't have as much hobby content, but that's okay. And not everyone can get knocked out of the park, I suppose. Overall, the contents, I mean, it's still nothing too groundbreaking or crazy or OMGs, I gotta have this, but for the most part, there's some really good stuff in here. They got more background on the Deepkin. There's 2 battle reports in here, one on Age of Sigmar with the Deepkin versus Big Baddie Nagash, Death, the squad of Death, and then for 40k, they team up for a 4-player battle. Big one. Each one was doing 2,000 points, which is kind of crazy. So if you think about it, it's like almost 10k, 8k points right there. Lots and lots of Primaris versus the Tau. That was a pretty good battle report. I read through a lot of that. Then we got new rules in here. Once again, another White Dwarf. We got another Necromunda warband coming in strong. This is the Venator bands, and we'll show you those to you here in a second. Lots of showcases, lots more cool stuff. Great Blanchets feature in here as well. And one of the showcases, they actually give you the feature on how to paint. I think that Ryza? I want to say that's Ryza. Ryza's the orange there. Now, some stuff that you may or may not have seen at this point. Of course, we know all the releases for the Deepkin, but there are some in here that hadn't been fully revealed yet, and that's some of their cavalry models, which look to be coming out on the 12th and the 19th. So you've got the Alloplex. The Leviathan, of course, we know is going on pre-order right about now, as a matter of fact. The Alkian Guard are these guys right here, these eels. And I think, looking at all the pictures, this texture is painted on, so it doesn't look like there's going to be all these striations and things in the muscle. So that might be a little disappointing, I guess, from Citadel. Usually there's a little bit more detail in there. Well, I haven't seen all the pictures, but they definitely have a lot of tutorials in here. Hey, you gotta, you know, paint this stuff on. So I'm just assuming, haven't seen it yet. And then you got the big shark mans up here, the little 2-seater shark coming in hot too. So $45 and $50 for these guys. $45 and $50. Got the new paints. Of course, spoiled by now is that the Harlequin book is coming out on the 19th. We kind of already knew that. Deathwatch goes on pre-order this week. And we've got this big Eldari webway gate. 13 inches tall. Large enough for a Wraith Knight to fit under it. Comes with rules for the kit that are also in Codex Harlequin. Dun, dun, dun. So, getting a new piece of terrain that may or may not have an impact on the Harlequins, because remember, what, 6 units, I think, in that particular book. Also coming out this week, in fact, is the Doom Lords. New team for Blood Bowl Chaos Chosen pitches. I haven't seen those, but I'm sure they're just as good as the last ones. Spike, Journal, you got team cards, all sorts of dice coming out for Gang War, or excuse me, we got Gang War 3 coming in with a lot of upgrade stuff in there. Haven't seen a whole lot on it, but a lot of people that play Necromunda are talking about this one. And of course, it's going to have the rules for the Vansarts, which look amazing, but I feel like a lot of inspiration was definitely drawn from near future designs, probably a little bit from Infinity. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Drawn look and feel from a lot of different sources out there, of course. but they're strikingly similar to one of the more recent sets that came out from Infinity. I think they look great, so I can't wait to get them in my hot little hands and put those bad boys together. Licensed games coming out, lots of stuff in here about it. We just saw the Titan game, Dominus, a couple of screenshots from that. All the the background, the Deepkins in here as well. Lots on that, whole chunk on that. So lots more. If you haven't picked up the War Scroll, well, hey, you got a chance to find out some more about it. Here's what I was talking about, applying the markings. So it doesn't look like there's much texture on the back of those guys right there, and they kind of explain how to do the little eel striping, stuff like that, which looks great. It just looks very involved, lots of work. One of these days, Citadel will get around to using an airbrush, I hope. Scions of the Furnace. Oh, it's a special, okay. And there's a little guide here. Oh, they are Ryza, okay. I thought they were Ryza because that's the traditional colors of them, but with a little bit fresher of a take, more focus on the white than the orange. I really like this palette. I'd like to see the lava a little bit warmer down here to kind of complement everything. I feel like it's a little too pale. A little bit more red in there, or maybe a bloodletter glaze would have probably kind of given that a little more richer depth. I feel like nothing to take away from any of this. It's very amazing, highly detailed, weathered, chipped, everything like that. It looks great. All the freehand, they even highlighted the freehand to give it depth. Amazing stuff. Just me personally, that would be, you know, maybe a little positive critique there on that, because it's not too late to go back and give a little whirl with the reds or something like that. And then you got the battle report in here. So that's the big 2v2, 4,000 points aside. Oh, here's the battle report on the Deepkin. Great looking table. I think we've seen this in the past already, but very cool stuff. They've got a few more features here. Where's the pools? So before Blanchets section, yeah, here we go. So we got the Venator warbands right here, which are coming in hot. I haven't really read a lot into them. I'm sure you've already seen the pictures by now that have made their way to the internet, but lots and lots of features in here. The legacy houses. If you want to play them with the legacy houses, you can. A few upgrades there. And then a great Blanchets feature, which I was really taken aback by. Of course, this isn't one done by John Blanche himself, but by, you know, some people that have definitely been inspired by John Blanche. And I couldn't help but notice the background and the kind of campaign for all this is called Tor Megiddo, which, you know, started a lot of history and a lot of backgrounds and stuff, biblical texts and things like that. And Megiddo's, you know, one of the names of a site in Israel that's been abandoned 600 years before current era, of course. But the thing that's important about that is its Greek translation. Basically Armageddon. So it's where the site of Armageddon supposedly take place, and then you probably heard all sorts of things. Armageddon itself, the translation comes from Armageddo, which is the hills of Armageddon, so to speak. So it's really cool that they took that and kind of played on Ter Megiddo is the actual site itself where there was a civilization. So they really took a lot of play on words right here. And I just kind of saw that and glanced at it and read through it, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like, it's post-apocalyptic, because, you know, Armageddon's the end of the world and all that. So it's a really neat little theme here, and of course, they do the Blanche style and the Blanchets justice with all the fresh look of everything. I love this, like, looted, like, kind of walking, skidded night, and man, it's just so fresh. It's so cool to see a really good-looking Blanchets feature in here once again. And then the paint splatter, where there's 10 full pages of this bad boy here. They do, like I said, show you that Ryza pattern in previous. But going in here, you're going to see some stock stuff that we've seen in the past, refreshed up with a little bit of Deepkin. They're going to show you how to paint the thralls. They're also going to show you how to paint the king. But the thing I was talking about too is you got to taste the rainbow color scheme with a lot of this stuff, which is very interesting palette that would be very hard to duplicate, you know, without kind of doing some research and kind of breaking down the colors, because it can be a little overwhelming when you see something like that. You're like, whoa, there's reds and there's oranges, and then it's got this is freaking, what is this, a unicorn? Like, there's so many colors here, but when it's broken down like step by step, it's really easy to see. Kind of like, oh, okay, I need to do this. Oh, okay, I need to do that. All right, cool, got it. You know, it's just a lot easier to digest it. and then it breaks into more and more of the basic stuff that we've already seen before, but still it's, you know, useful to always kind of see that sort of thing. And Blood Bowl as well. So great bunch of features in here. And then the little teaser in the back is going to be on nothing too revealing. The Portents Unfold might have something to do with the Age of Sigmar campaign. A return to Glazer's Creek. I don't even remember what the first Glazer's Creek was, so somebody drop it in the comments. More Golden Demons, more Holden Fames, new rules, which we've seen new Necromunda rules in like every issue so far, so I'm not surprised by that. Blanchets, alright, loving it. Designer's notes, maybe on the latest and greatest new army out there, from Harlequins to perhaps Knights. Maybe we'll see Knights towards the end of the month or something like that. I don't know, but either way, stay tuned. Oh, of course, and there is the little, you can upgrade and play the Crystal Labyrinth, the little, that box game that came out that is kind of falling by the wayside because everybody's playing. Seems to be playing Shadespire. Yay! I love Shadespire. So, anyways, that's about it for this one. It is packed with all sorts of good content. Of course, you can see it right here. These are the key points, which most of which we talked about on here already. And I mean, if you're down for some hobby goodness, this issue is definitely for you. Great background on Age of Sigmar, 2 big battle reports, and of course a mini game, new rules for Necromunda, etc., etc., etc. So great issue. Love to see more 40K content, hopefully in the next one. Hint, hint, hint. So we'll kind of see where that goes. So that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed our fresh look at the May 2018 White Dwarf, which is in stores right meow. If you like these kind of features here on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on all our videos.
Deleted scenes, bonus content, and all the interviews and post-game wrap-up videos can be located in the Hall of Veterans on thelongwar.net. Visit thelongwar.net today and try a week completely free with no strings attached. That's not all. Thelongwar.net is also your hobby resource for exclusive early access with an ad-free experience to all your favorite videos. Members of the Hall of Veterans gain early exclusive access to multiple hobby videos.